Welcome. Today is part 2 of my Poor Boys RC Speedrun Challenge ORV truck. I have got, or will have when I've built it, the world's one and only Bratarootwo. Modelled after the Hoonigan Brataroo, but with the extension, as we talked about in my previous video, a 6-wheel, 4-wheel drive truck based, I guess, vaguely off a Monster Beetle. I've kicked off the internet a bit. This is it's really a real box. I mean, people are complaining that it doesn't exist, but this one exists. And I thought what we do today, rather than me actually get on and build anything, I'm going to do an unboxing, show you the bits that go into it, and intersect that with some videos and photos of the parts in play. I've also got a number of other parts to customize this truck to what I want for speedrunning, and I'll shelve some of those as well. So I've just set up and move the box lid so I can reach in and grab some parts. I'll talk about them as we go. The most important part, and the bit that really makes all of this possible, is here on the top. From Tom of Scale Bodge Not Built, he sent over his gearbox parts for me to assemble around the ORV gearboxes, and away we go. 2 gearboxes, 2 motors, 2 ESCs, 2 batteries. I've got a time lapse here I'll show. And that's all the process that goes through for 3D printing this set of gearbox. It's custom made a hole in those gearbox combiners for me to put the second battery. First battery will sit underneath the chassis. Second one is going to sit in between the 2 gearboxes. So I'm not going to assemble that, but there are pictures there. And if you go and see Tom's channel, you'll be able to see more about what that gearbox looks like. This is one of the key things for me to get built up in my next video. What else do we got? Gears, all the parts that make up the Brat gears. That's going to give me the choice of how fast I want to go. It's based off a Monster Beetle, so these things allow me a little bit more choice in terms of my gearing. Frankly, I'm not going to use choice. I'm going to go with 19 tooth pinion with the smallest spur gear here. My word, they're thin, aren't they? 19 tooth pinion, smallest spur gear. And then if everything is going well, somewhere during July, we'll switch up to the 21 tooth pinion and see if we can't break some stuff. Now, because we've got 2 gearboxes and 2 lots of suspension and all of that kind of cool stuff, we have 2 bags here of motor, dampers, the gearbox plates, screws, etc. And plenty of Tamiya 400 weight oil. Fine. We obviously have a chassis. So there's an ORV chassis, red because, as I say, it's based off a Monster Beetle rather than being originally based off a Brat. So we've got a red Monster Beetle one, hence with the yellow shocks. It's primarily a Monster Beetle based kit. I only need 1 chassis because we've only got 1 chassis. I guess I might break stuff, but I'm pretty sure if I break stuff, it's going to be that gearbox. Sorry, Tom. Apologies in advance. We have the gearbox housing, one of the gearbox housing. There's probably another one here somewhere. What are these? Someone who knows ORVs would tell me. Oh, these are the friction shocks, aren't they? You have a Monster Beetle. And I don't know what the other caps are. Who knows? Plastic, plastic, plastic. Lots of plastics. And the same again. Same again. We have more plastics, more plastics. This looks like a front shock tower, I guess. I'll do a close-up of all of these bits in due course. What else do we have in the box? In the box here we have motor mount things. We have bumpers, of which they're kind of like Monster Beetle based more than anything. More motor mounts. I'm probably not using the 380 motor mounts on this. I've got some alloy ones that I use for the drag hopper. I do know for the 21 tooth pinion, I'm going to have to use adjustable motor mounts. We can get to that in due course. What else is in this box? We have some more gearbox because we've got 2 gearboxes. Obviously, we've got a front bumper. We've got, I believe, when I was looking earlier, I believe these are the clips that go into the gearbox for holding like I think the gears in place. It's something of that form. I think they're gearbox spaces, etc. Fine. What else do we have? Oh, here we go. Getting near the end of proceedings. We've got wheels. Now, It doesn't need 8 wheels, but I believe Tamiya print them so that there is, yeah, so there's front wheel and rear wheel on each thing, so you end up with an extra pair. Fine. And I guess for what we're doing, for this kind of a kit, we get 6 Tamiya tyres. I guess if Pop Along, Mark and Carl are watching, I guess. Oh, what? I mean, clearly it's rubber, isn't it? But it's a kind of smoky rubber. They smell soft. I mean, they feel soft. I can't do it, guys. Anyway, 6 tyres. We only need 6 tyres. Let's get some more bits from the box. Because the conversion we've got for the gearbox, we're no longer going to be using the trailing arms. I talked about it a little bit in the previous video that we've got a new plan. If you've seen Tom's video, you go see it there. I will link it here somewhere. You'll see quite how it works. We've got, I'll pull the parts out. We've got double wishbone suspension for both rear arms. And so the way we managed to make that work is by drawing on our knowledge of other cars. So we have in here, we've got hubs from a TL01, sorry. Hubs from a TL01 or from a Wild Willy. The same thing there, we've got the arms that come from a TL01 or the Wild Willy. And we've got more arms because there's just so many of them. Fine. One thing I am considering based off all of this is I might make the front end be based off the same, but based off a TL01, based off these short arms. I will have to put them on the chassis, see how they fit, see what the overall offsets are, that kind of stuff. But that might give me the ability to run hexes on the front. What else have we got? Oh, yes, of course we do. So also in this box, it's a Brat, but it's a Brat that has to cover extra wheelbase. So I have 2 polycarbonate Brat bodies with the intention that I take one, take the other, cut the rear end off one and stitch them back together again to make a long Brat. I've done the maths, it doesn't fit. That'll be a job for me to figure out and tell you what I end up with. And because it's a Brat, I also have a set of Brat stickers. Now, only one set of Brat stickers. Will I use these for the doors and things? Probably not. Will I use them for the windows? Probably not. I'll do clear windows, etc. But it does mean I've got things like for the grille there. I do have for the rear lights. I do have for the Brats on the side here, although the Hoonigan version is black and I've got the choice of gold or silver by doing it this way. Fine. The stripes won't work because I don't have enough stripe to cover the amount of bed that I've got. So, but I don't need the stripes. I need to custom do it for Hoonigan because, you know, why not make more work for myself? It's that much to assemble in the first place. 6 wheels, 2 gearboxes, and make it speed run ready, and do so in, what have we got now? 3 weeks? Exciting. So yeah, custom paint job, because why not? And I think that is everything that comes out of my Bratarootwo box. A lot of stuff. Don't know how I'm going to get it all back in the box. We'll figure that out in due course. Maybe I'll make a quick montage of that, and then I'll show you some of the other things that are going into the build. There you go, just like it left the factory. So what other things have we got going on into the build? I've gone with D-Boots Hoons again. This time, so the drag hoppers got silvers. They are really hard and not very grippy, and I don't know how much wheel spin I was actually getting out of them. This time round, I've got whites. They already feel hugely softer. Now, I've only got 2 pairs of whites. I'm going to run whites on the rear, and for the front wheels, I will pick and choose. I might do grasshopper wheels. I might do the silver Hoons to get the whatever the truck effects might be. Try both out, and we'll see how it goes. Like last year, I'm going 380 motor, 8.5 turn once again. It was a delightful little motor. It was quite fun because I like racing and playing with boost and turbo and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to wring the neck out of these this year, especially because I've also got 130 amp ESCs, for one for each of them. The most important thing, if you hook two ESCs, two batteries to your receiver, make sure you remove one of the red wires from one of the ESCs. Check on me in a week's time when I've forgotten to do that and I've blown up one of these ESCs. I'll have to go grab one out of my race cars if that's the case. I have 2 sets of Monster Beetle bearings from RC Bearings, mostly because I didn't want to bother doing the maths about which ones I needed. I do know that on the Brat I need some different combinations of what the small gears are for the spur gear. So I figured if I've got enough and go delve into my collection of bearings, I'll be fine. And then I guess the other thing that's come recently, doesn't feel quite enough, the other thing that's come recently has been my 21 tooth pinions and my 19 tooth pinions. 19's there to start with because then I don't have to worry about adapter plates, and 21's for when I get bored and we need to go fast. Some time ago I picked up this, which is a R7V, and if I've done the right thing, that is a drift receiver. I'm sure it's a drift receiver, and so it has a gyro built in, unless I'm wrong and this is actually just lights. I'll look it up. I'll put the specs on screen here. Pretty sure that's a drift receiver, and has a built-in gyro, so we'll mount that appropriately, keep our fingers crossed, see whether or not that gyro is worth its salt. It can't really be, because this is like a 20-pound receiver, so it can't have that good a gyro in it, but maybe it's enough to help. I'm kind of hoping and expecting that running 2 sets of rear wheels helps with not needing a gyro. That's electrics. Oh, batteries. I will be running the same battery as the drag hopper. One moment. As if by magic. So last year with the drag hopper I ran this same battery. It's a 3S lithium high voltage 4200 milliamp hour shorty battery, so it fits in a lot of places. For most things to do, like the Bratarootwo we've got going here, so Bratarootwo, it fits tidily. I actually have to have different mounts to be able to fit it, but it gives me a lot of choices for how to do good things, and quite good. Up until 2 days ago, this was out of stock in the UK everywhere. So they've just come into stock. I have just placed an order, so I should be good. The first runs I do, the first parts of being on the scoreboard, assuming I manage to get a run without crashing, will be on 2S. I will switch to 3S, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks in, and then we'll just crank up the boost and the turbo and see how high we can get it to go. And that's me. A fairly simple build, and then we'll be laughing. So as per usual, a massive thanks to Tom from Scale Bodge Not Built. I'll put a link to one of his videos. In fact, I will link to the video where he shows off this amazing gearbox, and I hope to see you next time when maybe some of this stuff is going to be built. How am I going to do this then? Right. I don't need, that's probably stitched in. So we don't need this. This is for Tom. This is for Tom. Don't need that. Do need this. Do need, might need this. This is for Tom. Do need this. Do need this. This is for Tom. Do need this. This is for Tom. How on earth am I get 1.5 cars in here? I think we'll just maybe hide that and pretend it's, oh, fine.